confidence in the bigs to be able to do that as well. Grab a rebound, and if you really kind of distorts the defense a little bit, who picks up the ball. A 5-man isn't used to trying to go out to the 3-point line and stop the ball in transition, so it really adds a different look to our offense, and our fives are talented enough to be able to do that.
Carr found you on a couple plays. How nice was it to have him back on the floor and add another point guard to the mix?
Yeah, he's a great facilitator, and manipulates the defense in the pick and roll like nobody else. And, he's a great teammate and did an awesome job for us tonight.
Coach Pope's talked twice now about you being able to stack decisions. What does that mean to you? Have y'all talked about that?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the way that we play, you have a lot of reading and reacting. So just being able to stack the decisions of what the defense is doing. So say you get a catch at the top of the key, being able to read the backdoor cut versus the handoff, and then just being able to kind of make those decisions in real time and make the right decisions. I think it takes a little bit to get used to, and I think the whole team does a really great job, and the 5 men and 4 men on the other side are given the opportunity to have to make a lot of decisions in this offense.
Are you thinking plays ahead or steps ahead in that process?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's one of the really cool things about us. We try to do something offensively, and then take note of how they guard it, and then attack that. So tonight they were switching a lot, so it turned into a lot of we call live ball slips. So you're able to kind of slip out if you're the screener, get to the basket, and attack the switch with a roast or a boomerang or something like that. So we kind of just go through different progressions on the way that they're guarding us, and so you go into it kind of knowing what you're looking for.
So is that something you guys kind of adjust throughout the game, or is that something Coach Pope lets you guys know, hey, you guys can attack them here?
I think it's both. I think we've done a great job throughout the summer and throughout the fall trying to pick it up by ourselves. I think that's shows a lot of growth and maturity in the team, being able to read it on the fly and make those decisions. But if we're not seeing something, I think the coaches do a great job as well of trying to point something out. Hey, you should look for this because they're guarding us this specific way. So.
And Drew, Jackson just said over there when you were struggling in the first half, he
Yeah.
came up to you and said, "Hey, you got to be more aggressive."
Yeah.
What kind of leadership role is he taking on, and where maybe he came into this offense, he understands at a deeper level, played for Coach Pope? Or is it just kind of his personality, and how much has that meant to you guys to have a guy do that?
Yeah, definitely. I think Jackson's a great teammate, man. He a great leader, and kind of like you touched on, he's the only one who's been here and played for Coach Pope before. But they do a great job of building our teammates up, and he instills a lot of confidence in me, and so that's just another time where he's been able to step up and do that. And the offense, they kind of talked about us looking like us. It doesn't when you're passing down shots or not as aggressive as you can be. So coming out in the second half, I definitely wanted to be as aggressive as possible, and good things happen.
Kind of piggybacking off that, how much of an impact was Jackson in that first half when it was real close?
Yeah.
Then Jackson comes out firing, and then you guys start to pull away late in the first.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's super dangerous. We've done a really great job of getting the ball out in transition for some transition threes for him, and if he gets going, he's a killer, man. So he definitely got it going for us in the first half, and kept us in. He went on a run a little bit to kind of pull away, and he does a great job he works super hard, and he was a great teammate.
Are you a historian of the game? And the reason I'm asking it's amazing how much the game has changed for big men.
Yeah.
It used to be that's where the ball went to die.
Right.
They weren't giving it up. They were going to pound it to the paint. But it's so much different now.
Yeah, no, I love basketball. I study basketball. I've watched basketball throughout the years. My dad played basketball, and he taught me how to play, and just told me practice that 15-footer on the baseline. He's like, this is my shot, or bank it or do something. And, you know, all that's kind of slowly out of the game nowadays. So definitely has evolved, and the only way to, you know, continuously to get better is to change with it and not be stubborn in that way.
I gotta think you're having so much more fun than he ever had.
Yeah, I bet I am. I don't know if they had a 3-point line back then, but if they did, he definitely wasn't taking any. So
If he did, he got in trouble.
yeah, right.
Andrew, this is not only, you know, a very respected basketball team off the court, but on the court as well. How much do you feel like you guys have to prove going into Monday night, man? Starting the season off, you know, 1-0 and going into it.
Yeah, I don't know necessarily, you know, have to go out and prove anything. I think we are an older group, and, you know, a lot of us, you know, we weren't highly recruited necessarily coming out of high school or whatever it was, and have dealt with doubt and everything like that our whole life, and we just continuously put our head down and come in every single day ready to work, and you know, that's how we're gonna have the best outcome. You know, I think stacking days and just continually getting better, and understanding that it's not always going to be perfect, especially, you know, at the beginning of the season. I'm really excited to see, you know, where we are from day one, and then you know, when we get down the road, I think we're going to be so much better as the season goes on.
After having a game like your first exhibition where you pretty much did whatever you wanted,
Yeah.
did you all need a game like this where you had a little bit of adversity, at least in the first half?
Yeah, of course. You know, I think, you know, you learn a lot about the team. A lot of times, you know, in the summer, in the fall, you know, things have gotten hard, but you haven't lost the game yet. You know, nothing has been like, you know, super negative around the program, of course, and there's a lot of excitement and positivity, and so for us, it's going to be important this year to be able to respond in those times that when they get tough, and, you know, all we can do is just come together as close as possible and rely on each other, and you know, when those tough moments happen, we look inward instead of looking outward.
How excited and ready are you all for these games to start counting?
Man, we're super excited. We've been chomping at the bit for a long time now. You know, we're super excited just to represent Kentucky and you know, represent these fans.
You talk about the fans. What do you want this team to know about this team? What do you want the fans to know about this team heading into game one? And do you have a message for BBN going into this year?
Well, yeah, I just have my message. Just, you know, thank you, always showing so much love, and you know, through the ups and downs, you guys are going to be there, and we really appreciate that. So, you know, I think that you got to know the team is you know, a mature team, an older team, and we're ready for anything that the season throws at us.
A lot of the talk so far has just been around the offense, but what would you say about the defense that's you've shown over the last few games?
I think our defense is definitely underrated going into the season. You know, we have a lot of really, really good stretches, and of course, you know, you can look at all the individual defenders that, you know, are really talented, but I think we've done a great job of growing into our team defense, and so you know, I think that's somewhere where I'm super excited to be able to show people, you know, we're talking, communicating at a high level, and that's when we're at our best.